Hello everyone, welcome to our intro session. And today we're going to talk about Wise Quarter programs, and the new team will start in August 28th. And before the students start the program, they want to know about the resources and the entire plan. I am Ebrar and I am a career coach at Wise Quarter, and today I have surprises for you, and I invited our Wise Quarter students. I also invited some instructors and also staff members from our team, so we will have a great program. Hello everyone, welcome to our program. Today I have a special program for you guys. I'm going to start with some of our speakers, and then I will have some guest speakers and surprisingly invite them a little later. So first, I would like to start with Mr. Yüksel. Welcome to our program. Yeah, I would like to ask you a couple questions first, and then I will ask some of my questions to other speakers. Could you please introduce yourself and tell us about your responsibilities that you have at Wise Quarter?
Sure. My name is Resul. I'm living in Canada. I have been a physics teacher maybe more than 20 years in Turkey. When I moved to Canada, I decided to change my major, and I thought IT will be the best choice. And I believe it was the right decision. After coming to Canada, I got my advanced diploma, and now I'm an instructor on Wise Quarter, and I'm a Salesforce developer, and I'm really happy to be here.
That's great. And actually, since you just mentioned that you're the instructor and our student here from Wise Quarter, I would like to ask Ms. Elchi if she would like to tell us about our classes, if she has any comment about our instructors. It might be a little tough to say this from your instructor, but if you don't mind.
Hi, my name is Asiye. I live in New Jersey, America. I am a Wise Quarter student, and I have been taking the course since almost 2 months. I was very nervous before the classes started, but I feel much better since the first day of the class. The instructors so helpful and answer our question immediately. We are also able to reach them outside of class time easily. I am about to complete the admin part, attend Turkish and English classes. If I miss the class, I am able to listen the class recording from LMS and change the speed as needed. We have mentoring, interview preparation, and project classes during the weekend, almost each day 5 hours. I already recommended Wise Quarter to my friends, and they registered. They will be started August 28. Thank you so much bringing this wonderful team and educators together for us.
Oh, that's great.
And
Thank you so
we
much.
always say, have a wise day.
Oh yeah, that's our word. So yeah, it's so wonderful to hear that you're able to attend the classes and enjoy the program and able to understand the instructors. Yeah, thank you so much for your comments. Thanks a lot for coming.
You're welcome.
Yeah. So yeah, Mr. Yüksel, I want to ask you one more question about Salesforce. Since it's so well known now, I mean, people hear about it, know about Salesforce, but some of them would like to get more information. What is it? Why the Salesforce became so famous, and what will be the future of Salesforce?
It's called CRM program, which means in every company, company owners, they want to sell more and they want to make customers happy. This is the main goal, because if your customer becomes happy, which means they will recommend you to others and you will increase your customer size. The main goal is to make customers happy, and this Salesforce is presenting this opportunity. You know, it's a customer management system, basically, and we have lots of CRM programs all over the internet, but Salesforce is the most known and I would say global leader in customer relationship programs. Because of this, everybody learned this one. But why? In 2020, they increased their customers over 40%. This is a really huge number. And they predict that in 2023, there will be more than 4 million new jobs is created by Salesforce, which is really good, you know. And according to their prediction, in 2026, there will be over 9 million new created jobs. Because of this, everybody tries to learn Salesforce. And I will say in 2021, over 200,000 companies, they switched their customer relationship program with Salesforce, which means this company is really growing huge, and they are gaining, I would say maybe they are the leader of this market. Because of this, everybody tries to learn Salesforce. And according to these numbers, I believe we have a really great future. At least, I will say in 5 years, they will not be defeated. And the company is getting really bigger. And because of this, there will be really new good opportunities and well-paid good job opportunities in near future. Because of this, everybody tries to learn Salesforce, and which we are going to teach our students.
That's great. Thank you so much for those details. And I want to ask you one more question. You tell us about the future of Salesforce and why Salesforce is so famous. But can you also give us some information about some of the details for coding? We say that
Sure.
Salesforce is so famous because it's require low code comparing other IT fields. But we want to know what type of program the students will need to know, what type of coding language they will need to learn about.
Because Salesforce is a web-based program, everybody needs to, you know, if someone wants to become a Salesforce developer, they need to learn basic program of internet, basic program of web designing. This is the first step, which is called HTML and CSS. But we don't need to dive really deeply. If you learn HTML and CSS in a basic way, it will be more than enough. This is the first two languages we need to learn. And second, because we need interaction with customers, we need to learn JavaScript. But it's I will say it's an intermediate language, and you don't need to dive really deeply. After this, we need to create triggers or something like that in developer part. The language for Salesforce is Apex. It's a sibling of Java. If you know Java, which means you will be really good with Apex, or it can be learned really easily. Which means if someone wants to become a developer, they need to learn 4 languages. 2 of them we need in basic level, which is HTML and CSS, and intermediate level JavaScript, and I will not say upper, but at least intermediate of Apex. These languages will be more than enough. But in addition to this, if someone wants to become an admin, because we have 2 types, one of them is we call Salesforce admin, the other one is developer. Salesforce admins, they don't need to know any languages. If they really learn how to create, how to deal with the problems in an admin part, they don't need to learn any languages. But we highly recommend to our students to become developer. Because of this, it will be really nice for them to learn these 4 languages. And I believe it's not that hard, because in our curriculum, we teach these 4 languages in 2 months, which means it's not that hard. It can be learned easily.
Thank you so much for the information, Mr. Yüksel. Now, I want Mr. Efe introduce himself, and I will have some other question for him.
Hello, everyone. Yeah, this is Mehmet Efe. I have been in the IT field for about 4.5 or maybe 5 years. Since then, I'm working with US Bank. I started as a QA, as a tester. There are multiple projects in US Bank, full stack development projects, front end, back end, Salesforce development. So I jump into different fields, DevOps even. So right now, still with that and working with Vice Quarter team as well. So I think that's all about myself.
That's great. Thank you so much. Now I want to ask you about the programs that Wise Quarter offer. We know that we have a 6 months course, and we also have internship program after that. But could you give us some information about mock interviews?
So I think mock interview is definitely one of the most critical ones for students, because you know the knowledge, you know the content, but what about the interview? Interview is the most important part, right? Whether you pass it or fail. So we need our students to be prepared before they start with the mock interviews. So since first week, we want to have them be prepared with the list of set of questions that we prepared for them. Back then, I remember when I started in IT field, there was no really a good documentation 4 or 5 years ago. Right now, our students are very lucky, I can say, because it's not only single or 2 or 3 instructors experience list of questions. It's multiple people combination, and it's very crucial. I see it is one of the most important one, and I'm very happy that we see some progress. Students are getting it, even with the experience. I can say when students finish the course and take the interview, they say you are very professional, you are even senior level. So because it's not only knowledge, they do very good in interviews.
That's great. Thank you so much. And how about professional mentoring? That's also
Yeah,
additional
it's
service that.
it's something unique to us. We want to bring even more advantage to students. We said after job placements, if you have any challenge, any difficulty, definitely we will be following up with you. We want you to be successful in the rest of your life with your career. So for the first 2 months, for free, of course, they are our students. We want to help them, assist them in any challenges, tasks, user stories, and this is something uh, we we appreciate that, and students appreciate that as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Yeah, thank you so much for that information. Now, I want to welcome our another student from Vice Quarter, Mr. Gengel. Welcome.
How are
Okay.
you? How is everything?
Yeah, we're fine. I'm glad that you're here and join us. And how is your day?
Thank you very much. It was a tiring day. We left our today's lessons like 1 hour ago. But thank God, every day we are learning new things, and this is motivating me.
That's great. I'm so thankful that you were able to join us because we would love to hear from our Vice Quarter students what they think about us. And do you like the course? And is there anything that you would like to share with us? Or is there any information that you want to give to the students who is planning to register?
Yeah, thank you very much for letting me to speak about this, because when I started Vice Quarter almost like 2 months ago, I asked 2 of my friends to join this course because I believe it is going to be fruitful for them as well. And now 2 of my personal friends are in this course because I convinced them to join here. First of all, becoming a Salesforce developer is a very good opportunity because world is changing, and the working rules are changing, and Salesforce is the best CRM tool in the world. So if we can adapt it, if we can learn it, so this is going to be a very good opportunity for our future. I think I am the oldest student in the course. I am
Really?
45 years old, but
You look young.
Thank you very much. But I believe when our new students start this course, they will like it. At the beginning, I was afraid if how I am going to learn it, because I didn't have any IT background. I know only Microsoft Office applications. But in Vice Quarter, first of all, I want to say the environment is very friendly. I mean, you don't feel like you are a student. You feel like friend of the team. This is one of the most important issues that new students have to know. There is another barrier in this course. We have two languages, Turkish and English. This is also another opportunity. Yes, when we start to work with Salesforce developer, work as a Salesforce developer, we need to speak English. We need to we need to be active in English. But as a Turkish student, Turkish residents, our English cannot be better. We cannot understand it. And the teachers are helping us in English and in Turkish. Even we have right to join both lessons. This is another advantage, I think. We have technical support in the course. If we don't understand anything, we can ask these questions 1,000 times, and the lecturers are really patient people. They don't let us to be back. They don't leave us. They keep us, and I can say almost all the students in my classroom are in the same level. Nobody is better, nobody is worse. I mean, because the teachers, the lecturers can control this. This is another opportunity, I think. If we miss some lessons, leave lessons, we can follow up them through LMS system. I think it means learning management system or something like this. I'm not very sure about that.
Yes, exactly.
But if we miss today's lesson, I can watch the lessons tomorrow because they are uploaded. This is also another good opportunity, because time to time we can be sick, we can have some other issues to do, and this is helping me too much. In these environments, sometimes your motivation is down. Sometimes the lessons are, too much. Sometimes you have a lot of things to do, but your friends, your lecturers, your mentor never lets you to stop, never lets you to get down. They always push you, they always follow you. They, at the weekends, we have mentoring season as well. I'm going to talk about it because this is motivating me too much. After a couple of weeks, I said, I think I'm not going to continue because it's very difficult for me. But after a couple of lessons, after I spoke to my mentor, I become more motivated, and I continue study harder for these lessons. This is also another opportunity, because this bootcamp takes like 6 months. In 6 months, we are going to have a new title, new profession, which is unique, which is trendy, which is technologic, and this is related to all over the world. When we become Salesforce developer, there is no barrier. You can work in any part of the world. You can have an international environment, and you can make good amount of money, especially people who lives in Turkey. I think this is a very good opportunity. I think in the new session, I'm going to, push a couple of friends of mine as well, because I really like it. I really like it. And I'm very happy to be part of Vice Quarter. Before I finish, I don't know if you have any questions. I spoke too much.
No, that's great. Yeah, thank you so much sharing all those information with us. It's so nice to hear from our students. We are also in communication all the time, so
Absolutely.
we love to hear about it, and we are open for any feedback that you can provide.
Let me add something else.
Sure.
I am ready to have a mentor in this system because our mentors are from the same field. They are actively working as a Salesforce developer. It means we have role models who is working now. So we can see the practical work, and also we can understand the Salesforce environments, how to work with them. I think end of the course, we will have mock interviews, which we can get ready for the real interviews. This is another
Actually,
opportunity.
your first mock interview is about to start this week. We are doing it. We did the scheduling, so it's coming in a couple weeks. Probably you will do your scheduling. We will do one almost end of admin part, but then you will also have another one later on. So yeah.
Okay, I'm excited. I'm waiting for these mock interviews.
Yes.
So this is going to be also very good, because on the real time interviews, we know everything. We spoke with about the questions before. We are going to feel more confident. Understand? So I think I don't know who thought about this, but it's a very good function of this course as well, because you can learn anything, but when you join the interviews, you feel yourself better. You feel yourself ready for the real life, real business life.
Just letting you know that during the mock interview, your instructors may not be that friendly because they will be like from the company. So because they want to test you.
Which is good.
Yeah. We want to see your limits, and that will be actually a very good opportunity for the students to improve themselves and see what they need, what are the weakness of them, so they can point out the parts they need to study on. So yeah, definitely, I agree with you.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you so much. Is there anything else you want to add?
Many things, to say, I'm not from the course, I'm not from the management, I am not the partner, but believe or not, I told this to many of my friends, many of my relatives about this course, because nowadays, especially in Turkey, it's difficult to find the new job. It's difficult to make good amount of money in the business. So I think this is an opportunity. So we can do it. Thank you very much for you to get me in, and thank you very much for this course.
Yeah, thanks a lot for joining us. Thank you for all the information. And we are happy that you like the course and you already recommended WiseQuarter to your friends, which is very nice to hear. Thanks a lot.
Absolutely. Have a good day.
You too.
Bye.
Bye-bye. So I see that Mr. Ozai is here. Welcome.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, Mr. Ozai. Could you tell us about your responsibility at WiseQuarter?
Yeah,
And
sure. I have
yourself.
Yep. Does my sound is good? Because I'm out, and I hope it's not very noisy here.
No, you look so handsome.
Thank you very much.
Today, you're stylish.
Thank you very much. So I have a couple of titles in WiseQuarter. One of them is I'm instructor, and also I am mentor at the same time. And the good things that I'm doing in WiseQuarter is preparing very good documentation with my instructors and other friends. We prepare very nice documentation for our students. Yeah, this is the thing that I'm doing in WiseQuarter.
So since you mentioned about the documentation, could you give us some details about it? Since as Mr. Angels say about the LMS system, could you give us some detail about the LMS system?
Every each of our students will get an login information after they register with us. Even if they don't like enroll for the course, they will get it for the free application, like free version of that one, to see what kind of courses we have and how our teacher is. So this is the LMS system, and they will have all of their courses and every materials that we provided to them. They will have it here in the only one system. They don't need to go different application, only one, and they will just need to open the course they are learning. For example, I will go with the Salesforce admin part here, and we have for them like a handbook for each of the titles. So these are for the like admin parts. We have handbook for them first. Then we have like their class slides. So it's been prepared by our instructors and very good manner. And then we will have like assignments for them. We have like interview preparation, like interview most common questions, and we prepare like as sample answers for these questions. So they will have everything they needed. Actually, the only things we ask from our students to just like focus on our materials that we provide to them. That will be enough. No need to go and Google it. Of course, we suggest them to Google something. So like learning how to Google is another topics to learn actually in IT area. But for the course and to become like Salesforce mid-level developer, it will be enough with our materials and with our courses actually.
A lot of resources. So it looks like the students have everything they will need for this program. Yeah, that's great. So to become a Salesforce developer, they will need to attend the classes, but in case they missed it, they will be able to reach the recording, and they will be using the same system, correct?
Yes.
So everything in one spot, which is pretty good. Yes, thank you so much.
Yes.
Yeah, Mr. Çakır, welcome.
Thank you so much.
Now it's your turn.
Yeah, great.
Could you please introduce yourself and tell us about your job title at Vice Quarter?
Yeah, sure. I'm Erkin Çakır, a Salesforce developer working in an Australian company. It is one of the biggest energy company in Australia as a Salesforce developer support team. And in Vice Quarter, in the scope of education, I manage the internship program, which our students will join after completing the course. I manage that program. In addition to that, I join some sessions. As an instructor, I teach some topics and some mentoring session. Also, I give support sessions in that area. In addition to that, as you know, Vice Quarter also do the consultancy. So as under the consultancy work, we have a project, and in that project, I work as a Salesforce developer, and I manage the project.
That's good. As we know that after 6 months completed, the students will have opportunity to do the internship in that consulting company that Vice Quarter own. Could you also give us some information about it?
Yeah, sure. As you know, our students will develop the project during the course, but in my internship program, it will be exactly same as they work in the company. So we will implement agile methodology. Most of the companies implementing that methodology right now. So we will implement exactly that methodology, and all the meetings in the agile methodology, we will do that meeting. So students will experience how and what to talk in those meetings, or how to point stories, or how to develop a project in a real project. So that will give very much self-confidence to our students, especially after getting all the information 6 months, they will have first chance to use them by their own. I will not teach them. I will give them task, and they will do the task. They will investigate. So I will lead them how to investigate, and I will teach them some additionally how best practices of the developer in that internship program.
That's great. Yeah, now I want to ask you one more question. I know that when the students start a job, they worry about their level and the title, and there are different job titles in Salesforce world. So could you give us some information about those job titles and also Salesforce certificates?
Yeah, job titles mostly are parallel with the certification a person gets. For example, they start with the Salesforce administrative certification. Salesforce admins are the developers who doesn't know coding or doesn't have to know coding, do all the job, all the development in a declarative way. And Salesforce is great on that aspect. You can do a lot of things declaratively in Salesforce. One of the biggest power of the Salesforce compared with other IT field. So the person who gets Salesforce administrator certification becomes Salesforce admin, can apply to jobs as a Salesforce admin and work as a Salesforce admin. So if you want to develop yourself, improve yourself more, you can learn coding. So in our course, we also teach the coding part, development part. So after that, if you get the Salesforce developer certification, platform developer one certification, to be more specific, so you can apply the jobs as a Salesforce developer. And we recommend that because if a company has 5 developer, that company has one system admin. So that's why you can imagine how much the need of the companies for the Salesforce developer compared with Salesforce admin. So there is always room to improve yourself. If you are not satisfied and if you say that, okay, I am not satisfied, I want to improve myself more, then you can be Salesforce architect. But it is not easy. But once you succeeded that, you will be a numbered people, like one of the numbered people in the world, and you will be very, very much valuable in the world because it will take, I think, minimum like 6 years to become architect. Even the exam and everything, certification exam is totally different and difficult. So, but once you get the certification, you get whatever time you spend for that, you get the mm, result of it. I mean, in an economically or the respect you see very much increase. So that's why that's the an architect certification. In addition to that, we have another path which is called like consultancy. So consultancies, if there are some certification related to consultancy. So some people may choose to go on that path, but they still need developer certification because consultancy, like core consultant, has to know Salesforce very well. The best way to measure someone's knowledge by the developer certification. That's why most of the company, even though they hire as a consultant, they look for developer certification. So what consultants do? Consultants kind of selling the Salesforce to the client companies. So if client company has a problem, consultants, because by knowing the details and information about the Salesforce, try to convince the client about implementing Salesforce. So that is basically what consultants do. There's always a way and a direction and in the Salesforce, whichever you like, whichever you want to go.
That's great, and I'm sure that the internship program that will be provided for the students will actually improve them. And before they start a job, they will feel confident about it. And then after they start a job, when they get more experience, they may think about being architect in the
Yeah,
future.
sure.
Hopefully, yeah. Thank you so much
You're
for
welcome.
those information. And Mr. Yüksel. Now, I want to ask you one more question. Since you were taking rests over there, I want to give you some job to do. So I will keep you busy. Okay, here's my question. We know that, we keep saying to the students that they can learn Salesforce, even they don't have coding background, but we also want to hear about it with the details from you. Is it true that the students could join and learn about Salesforce even they don't have any coding background?
Absolutely. First of all, I have lots of friends which they didn't have any IT background, and now they are working as a Salesforce developer, which means we don't need any IT background, but we need some ability. This is, if you want to become, let's say that if I want to become a cook, which means I have to, how would I say, I have to like the food, the oranges or that vegetables, lots of things. If I feel happy with them, which means I can become a cook. It's something like that. If someone wants to become a developer or in an IT guy, first I will say they should be, I think, patient, because when we write codes, most likely we made some mistakes, and then to find that mistake, it needs really patience. That I will say, if a guy is a patient guy, definitely they can become a Salesforce developer. And secondly, we are doing an abstract thing. We have to build logic in our mind, which means analytical thinking will be really helpful if you want to become a developer. And if you have these two abilities, which is one of them is patient and the other one is analytical thinking, and also if you're a little bit hardworking, which means definitely you can succeed in Salesforce developer, because we don't need anything, just patient and analytical thinking. That will be enough for becoming a Salesforce developer. And as I said at the beginning, I have lots of friends. They didn't even know how to write code, but after 6 months, they become a really good Salesforce developer. It's really easy to become a developer, I believe.
Yeah, but it is also important to attend all the classes and follow up the lecture, right? Even they missed it, they had to watch the recording before the next class, right?
Because of, I said that they should be a little bit hardworking, because this is a new field for them. Actually, I will say that they can adapt their previous knowledge to Salesforce. Let's assume that you were working in hospital business, and if you want to become a Salesforce developer, you can move all your knowledge to this place. Or as I said, I used to be a teacher. Now I can easily create an education cloud. We say cloud for that. Salesforce provide this one, and this is really easy. But the only thing is we need to work a little bit hard, because let's assume that we were in Turkey and we tried to get our bachelor's degree. It took 4 years. After that, we attempt lots of things, right? But in 6 months, Wise Quarter is providing that all education, which you get in maybe 4 years, but which means you need to work hard. That's all. If you are a hard worker, patient, and analytical thinking guy, absolutely, I will say that I'm 100% sure that you will succeed and you will become a really good Salesforce developer.
Thank you so much. Since you mentioned that the Salesforce having like flexible and adaptable structure, now I want to ask Mr. Efe about it. And we know that Salesforce can be applied to different businesses, banks, hospitals, so like Mr. Yüksel mentioned, and different size and different type of businesses, including schools or nonprofit organizations. So could you tell us the detail for the Salesforce structure? How come we are able to apply it to different range of fields?
Yes, of course. So first of all, there are multiple different industry types in the market, maybe financial industry, maybe healthcare, education, and many others. So all of them need CRM, like customer relationship management system. But they want to make it quick and fast development. So for that, Salesforce prepared standard objects. And then out of those standard objects, you are able to enhance your feature, add new feature, or update your features. So let's say, for example, like you are a financial industry, you need maybe a loan process, payment processing, or maybe you have something insurance related, or maybe investment, taxes, retirement, budgeting, anything like maybe wealth management. All of these are specific to financial industry. So since Salesforce know this, they build out-of-box functionalities like ready functionalities that you can use, and the financial industry easily implement those and build it. If you are an education system, you have like student grading, maybe a parent-teacher organization programs, maybe students' progress or behavior management or follow-ups, I can say. You may even create some events, maybe some kind of fairs. These kind of things, again, specific to education industry. Healthcare as well, they have some kind of appointment system with the doctors, and maybe you want to hold your medical history records, or maybe you have some kind of referrals from one doctor to another. Again, these are the features specific to healthcare. We have the different community services companies that would like to use Salesforce as well. So different industry type use different cloud system, like Sales Cloud, Service Cloud, Community Cloud, and many others. They just tell Salesforce that we are like, let's say, financial industry, and we want to have a financial cloud. We want to purchase financial cloud from you. Maybe 50% of their needs are coming ready, and they use it quickly and fastly. I think,
Great.
is this your answering your
Yeah,
question?
yeah, that's a great answer. Thank you so much. So
problem.
since you talk about Salesforce, I want to ask you a couple more questions. So can
course.
you also talk about the differences between other IT fields and Salesforce? Like if you compare to QA, cybersecurity, data science, DevOps
Of course.
engineer, platform
Yeah.
developer.
Definitely. So first of all, we want to pick a field, right, that is gonna be our future career. I can 100% say that I'm confident that any field is a good opportunity. If you want to become a QA, yes, eventually you will find a job. It's again a good thing, better than being a kind of Uber driver, or having another college or something else, whatever. Even if you want to be a Java developer, it's a good thing. Cybersecurity is a good thing. Data science, any field is good. You have to jump into IT 100%. This is my opinion, personal opinion, a lot of people's opinion as well. And here is the key point. You have to say, is it gonna be easy to learn thing, whatever I pick? For example, you have multiple options, let's say 5, 6, 7 options. Which one should I go? A couple of questions should be arising for you. First of all, easy to learn platform or no? So is cybersecurity easy to learn? Is QA easy to learn, or data science? Second, maybe easy to find job as well. This is another important point. Or easy to do the job. Yeah, okay, you find the job. Are you able to do the job as well? Easily, like comfortably, at least for the rest of your life. Of course, for the first couple of months it's tough because you are adapting to environment, but later it becomes easy. And then you have to evaluate the future potential as well. Like, is it gonna go away in the next 10 years or 20 years or not? So that you have job security. And maybe one more thing, your payments, right? Because you have to ask, is it gonna be a good paycheck, a monthly, let's say, right? Or annually, is it gonna be 100 or over 100K or something? So when we consider all of this, for any item, definitely number one becomes Salesforce, because it's easy to learn. When we say easy to learn, a lot of people misunderstand. When we say it's, of course, nothing is easy normally in real life. You have to study a lot, but easier to learn, easier than others when we are comparing, right? We don't say it's just piece of cake. No, it's not like that. You have to study. If you have 3-hour classes, you have to study 3 hours as well separately every day,
So yeah, we can say
minimally,
that the
right?
students needs to have about like at least 5-6 hours in a day
Yeah,
to complete the
definitely. Yes.
lecture and self-studying.
Mhm. So yeah, we should keep in mind that it's easier than others, not very easy, something a piece of cake to learn. So
Yeah, of course. And the learning process is always
yes.
painful. Like
Mhm.
even you get a class from like community college, like English class, it will be
Mhm.
still, too much work. So of course,
Mhm.
the learning process is always challenging. But yeah, when we do the comparison,
Yes.
then we can easily say that it's a better.
Salesforce is upper. Yes, better option. Easy to find job. It's less competition. Okay, if some people have some kind of difficulty in the first or second month of finding job, it's very normal. You have to be patient for the first 2 to 3 months, and you have to do direct applies. You have to consider different points, your weaknesses if you have, and you have to follow up with your mentors, with your trainers, and definitely you'll find job because there are so many opportunities. So many companies are moving to Salesforce, and new job openings are there. Mr. Yüksel talked about that. So
Mhm.
future potential, we know that it's data, and data says number one CRM in the world, and it's gonna be there for many years, more than at least 20 years, I can say confidently. And
Yeah.
high payment is over 100K. This is another thing. So let me tell you one quick difference between QA, Java Dev, DevOps, this, since you asked me. So
Mhm.
QA is just a tester of a company who
Mhm.
test the code of developers. We can say overall, like developers develop some functionalities, and the QA person makes sure that there is no bug in the production environment, and test all of the application end to end, either from front end or back end, from API, any perspective. And yes, like let's say if there is a team size of 6, maybe 2 of them is QA, 4 of them is developer, and every company needs QA as well. It's important, but you have to consider different aspects in terms of experience level, because there's a lot of QA is in the market maybe for 30 years, and it's very, very popular. A lot of people, competition is high, I can say in short. Java developer is very tough. I wouldn't recommend that anytime to newbies or 0 years experience. Java developer is too much coding. I experienced that. And DevOps engineer is not a good option as well. Whoever I recommend, I'm happy that I recommend that. And people who, I don't want to talk bad about DevOps, but it's just personal opinion. DevOps is not a good choice because it's really challenging, because you are usually single person in the company, or there is another person, maybe you are 2 people in the company, that you have to manage the servers, deployments. Even sometimes you work overnight and middle of the night. Most of the release are taking place midnight. Data science, you have to be a good math person. It's another option that you can go, but it's relatively difficult to find job as well, because usually they ask for a PhD or something.
Mhm.
But it's a good it's also a good future career. Cybersecurity is a good career as well, but it's relatively tougher, and it requires a lot of hard work and study. Yeah, but when we compare all of this, definitely number one still is Salesforce, and highly recommended.
So what is the reason the companies switching their old system to
Mhm.
Salesforce? When they switch, do they get more money, like they revenue
Definitely.
increasing, or they have more customers?
Yeah, of course. See, it's customer relationship management, right? Their old system is, I see from some companies, from my friends from India, they say we are building our own CRM. Even I had a conversation in the outside in the park. They said, for the past 2-3 years, we are building our own CRM. It's very painful process. I said, why not Salesforce? They said, actually, it would be ideal to use Salesforce, but we started anyways. So Salesforce bring a lot of productivity and so much more faster development, I can say. Less pain, less bug. When I say less bug, it's very critical because really half of the time is in the development world goes to bug fixes, because you develop one application, one functionality, let's say, or let's say 5 functionalities in a couple of weeks, and then continuously there are bugs in real life. But in the Salesforce area, since it's kind of ready functionalities, most of it, and stable system, there is less bug, less pain, and more revenue for the company, because you don't lose time, and in the faster development, you get more revenue. Revenue related to more customers as well, more deals. You get more deals with the customer because you continuously follow up with your customers, either opportunities or from leads to opportunity. And of course, better forecast as well. You are able to do the predictions based on the data set that you have already from your system, from your customers' communication and their behavior.
Yeah, thank you
overall.
so much.
Mhm.
So my final question, when this excited course start? When is the date that the new
Yeah.
team will start?
It's gonna be this month, August 28th, and definitely we are excited. We are ready for the second batch, I can say. But we are experienced people. We have graduated more than 200 students overall, and our team is very strong. We have so many talented instructors, trainers, mentors. We have a great career coach, which is you. And and we plus it's gonna be 6 months plus 1 month extra for our students to taste the real life implementation, how in real life development takes place. We want them to be exposed to that as well. And we are, since we are consulting company, Mr. Erkin talked about that, we have real projects that we can expose our students to those as well. So what else? Bootcamp.
Yeah.
Before bootcamp starts, we have some kind of warm-ups sessions and some kind of prep works. Very highly suggested for the students who newly joined attend those as well. And yeah, that's all I think overall.
Yeah, I've been hearing from the students that they are happy about additional resources and the warm-up programs, and also like all other additional support for the students. So yeah, thanks a lot for all those information so other people will learn about it.
Yeah.
And thank you so much for the participation. And I will see you in our next IT talk. Thanks a lot. Thanks for
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Nice day.
participating. Yeah,
Nice day.
thanks a lot.